participants, a very warm welcome to everyone. We are gathered for the inaugural session of the one-week training program on entrepreneurial ventures for operation and installation of smart solar-based irrigation systems. Sponsored by the MSME, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises under the Advanced Entrepreneurship Skill Development Program. The training program focuses on equipping participants with the skills to install, operate, and promote sustainable solar powered irrigation technologies. Sponsored by MSME, it aims to foster entrepreneurship while addressing critical agricultural challenges like water conservation and energy efficiency. The program also holds immense potential to shape the future of sustainable agriculture and entrepreneurship. We are honored to have amidst us esteemed dignitaries, including our chief guest, Director Research and Nodal Officer MSME Professor Harun Naik, Associate Dean, College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, Dr. Rohitash Kumar, and the training coordinators, Dr. Professor Junaid Nazir Khan, Estates Officer and HOD Soil and Water Conservation Engineering, and Dr. Yogesh Pandey, Associate Professor. I would also like to welcome our distinguished speakers, Mr. Sahil Yaqub Alagband, Assistant Director, MSME Srinagar, Mr. Sunil Dhingra, Director, Biotrend Energy, Engineer Dinesh Chaudhary, Manager, Jain Irrigation Systems Limited, Dr. Harbir Singh Pali, Associate Professor, NIT Srinagar, and participants. Your presence reflects your dedication to fostering innovation, sustainability, and entrepreneurship. To begin this session, I would like to invite Dr. Junaid Nazir Khan to present a bouquet to Professor Harun Naik. Now, I would request our Associate Dean, Professor Rohitash Kumar, to present a bouquet to Mr. Sunil Dhingra. Now I request Dr. Yogesh Pandey to present the bouquet to Mr. Sahil Yaqub Alagband. Thank you so much. I now request Professor Rohitash Kumar to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Director Research Professor Harun Rashid Naik, Mr. Sahil Yaqub, Assistant Director MSME, expert Mr. Sunil Dhingra, Director Biotech Energy, Engineer Dinesh Chaudhary, Project Manager, Jain Irrigation System Limited, Dr. H.S. Bali, NIT Srinagar, Professor Junaid Nazir Khan, Training Coordinator, Professor Jangveer Dixit, Dr. G.M. Mir, Dr. Yogesh Pandey, other faculty member, and dear participants. I welcome you all in this 7 days training on smart solar based irrigation system. First of all, it's my pleasure to welcome our Director Research, Professor Harun Saab. In spite of his busy schedule, his very tight schedule, and he's become part of this training. So thank you so much, sir, and welcome you. I welcome all other uh, distinguished guests, Sahil Saab, expert member, and all other faculty member and participants. This training is very, very important, and using this training, we can start our venture. This one is the skill based training, and using this solar based smart irrigation system, we can save our environment for sustainability. So I hope in this 7 days training, we will provide lectures in cover all aspects, and we pick up our expert from across the India, and we try to arrange lectures our best speakers. So after completing this training, I hope you will start some your own a venture on. You can start your own business. So we will provide in this 7 days training how this training will be useful business startup. Then another all aspects we will cover, so like how this one is the sustainable for future energy savings using smart solar pumps, then smart irrigation system. So without taking much time, I welcome you again, all the participants, all dignitaries. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, to provide us with a comprehensive overview of this training program, I would like to invite Professor Junaid Nazir Khan, HOD Soil and Water Conservation Engineering and the course director, to enlighten us about the objectives and the structure of the training program.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Worthy Director Research, Professor Harun Rashid Naik Sahab, respected Sahil Yaqub Alagwan Sahab, Assistant Director MSME, Associate Dean Dr. Rohtaj Kumar, Mr. Sunil Dingra, Director Biotrend Energy, Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary, Project Manager, Jan Irrigation, HS Bali, Associate Professor NIT Srinagar, HODs, Dr. Jagveer Dixit, Dr. J.M. Mir, Dr. Altaf Balki, Course Coordinator Dr. Yogesh Pandey, and also Mr. Imran Peerzada from Jan Irrigation System Limited, and other faculty members, dear participants, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good afternoon to all of you. I once again welcome all of you to this 1 week advanced ESDP training program on entrepreneurial ventures for operation and installation of smart solar-based irrigation systems. Now, first of all, I just want to tell you about the potential of this, because everybody knows potential of solar energy, but I just want to once again tell you about it. Now, if we talk about now, India is at number 1 in terms of harnessing solar energy. China is at 2nd place and USA is at 3rd place. So we have more than 2 lakh solar operated pumps that are already being distributed to the farmers. I think we have people from Jan Irrigation. They have been doing in so many schemes. You can see the importance is that 80% subsidy is given under Kusum scheme. Farmer has only to, means he has to give 20% of the budget of that pump, depending on whether it's 1 HP, 2 HP, 3 HP, 5 HP. And so it has an immense potential. I was just reading that daily 173 trillion watts of energy is daily hitting the surface of the earth. And if you talk about trillion, in million there are 6 zeros, billion there are 9 zeros, and trillion there are 12 zeros. So you can see that if we talk it in terms of the quantity, that just if we are able to harness 1 hour of energy, it is going to last for 1 year of the world demand. So that is the potential we have. And we have been doing research in greenhouse technology, and these small things matter a lot. Just by changing the orientation of greenhouse from north-south to east-west, you can enhance the quantity of the solar energy inside a greenhouse from 48% to 72%. So just by changing the direction. So that is the potential of this. And it is also making a lot of leaps. We have seen earlier we used to have polycrystalline, the solar panels. Then they have changed to monocrystalline. And last year we went to Maharashtra. We have seen bifacial solar panels. Means on both sides, it is not horizontal, but it is vertical. It is a vertical panel, and on both sides, it means harnesses the solar energy, and it has an efficiency. Earlier, it used to have an efficiency of 14% conversion, but now it has an efficiency of some 25%. So you can see that what is the immense potential that we are having. And also we went to one of the places in Maharashtra. There on all the greenhouses, they are using these solar panels. And one of the farmer was telling that I am harvesting 2 crops. One crop is from the normal crop that grows inside the greenhouse, and the second crop is the solar that he is able to generate, the power that he is able to generate from that greenhouse. So our emphasis on the training is basically we want to tell them about the design of a irrigation pump, the solar panels, and how to integrate it with the drip irrigation system, micro irrigation system. Give them the basic knowledge, the hands-on training. That is our main purpose. We don't want to go for lectures and all that, and see that we get the right kind of means knowledge transfer is there. And we have tried to see that we have roped in experts from both public sector and the private sector, and also from the private companies. We have people from Jain Irrigation. They have a lot of experience. I think we have Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary is there, and also Imran Pirzada is today in the function itself. And also we have Sunil Digra, who was working in Terry earlier, and he has a lot of experience in this field. And he has started his own enterprise also. So we have also many private companies like CleanMax Solar, Grow Indigo Solar, and we have our own experts from our renewable energy department. We have also because we are talking about smart, so we have to take into account IoT, sensors, artificial intelligence, and all these things. So we have also lectures from our CAML Center for Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. And we got applications for this training program, about 65 applications we have received, and we have selected 25 best as per our whatever intellect we had. We try to see that we select those people who are going to take it forward ahead in that. That has been our main emphasis of selecting candidates. And I think we have made a very precise kind of a program. It is written in the lecture schedule that what we are going to cover in all these 7 days. And also we are planning a field trip to actual these places to give an instinct about them. So that is all about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, before we proceed further, I request each of the participants to briefly introduce themselves by sharing your name, background, and what motivated you to join this program. Please, one by one.
for hammams and bukharis here, and for heat generation in sectors, whether it is government sector or the private sector. So my focus is on shifting from the fossil fuels to the renewable sources of energy, and currently I'm focusing on using the forest biomass or the agricultural wastes and convert them to some solid fuels so that we can replace the conventional fossil fuels so as to reduce the harmful emissions that is produced by the fossil fuels. So I thought this today's program will help me to some extent in my research. That's why I'm here today. Thank you so much.
माइक हाथ में दे लो वो वाली हाथ में दे लो बोलो.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naila. I'm from NIT Srinagar. I'm doing my MTech in thermal engineering. So currently, I'm doing my MTech project that is based on biogas plant. So for that, I have chosen the heat exchanger. So that is solar based. So I have to use solar based heat exchanger in that. That's why I'm joining the project, so that I can gain some facts and knowledges about solar panels. That's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Khabar Rafiq from NIT Srinagar, currently doing my master's in thermal engineering from NIT Srinagar. And currently I'm working on a solar-based project that is incorporating solar technology to conventional biogas plants. So that is the background that I'm here. I hope to get some expertise and experience for the same, and that is the main reason that I'm here today. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Darishta Hamid. I am pursuing Masters in Irrigation and Drainage Engineering. This training is the opportunity to learn entrepreneurship skills, and because I am from Irrigation and Drainage Engineering, we will learn how to run our irrigation systems, especially modern irrigation systems like drip and sprinkler irrigations, how we can run them by using solar energy instead of power energy around.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mohsina Tahir, and I'm pursuing Masters in Irrigation and Drainage Engineering. And today I'm here to learn more about solar based irrigation systems which are introduced in irrigation systems. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon all. I'm Ubad. I'm a PhD scholar. I have recently completed my PhD in renewable energy. My purpose to come for this training program is to understand the differences, the practices that are being implemented on the ground levels and that are being taught on the lectures that we are getting when we are as students, and what are the different practices that are being implemented by the companies on the ground level, and what are the positive impacts on the farmers. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Adimajit Tantrik, pursuing PhD in Soil and Water Conservation Engineering. The purpose of this training for me is that in the far-flung areas where the electricity is not available, they are using the micro-irrigation systems, how they use this solar-based irrigation systems in that areas where the electricity is not easily available.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naveen Najam. I am a research scholar in the Soil and Water Conservation Department. So my main motive to join this training is to get some hands-on experience on how solar-based systems work, so that we can start an entrepreneur journey after this. We can learn more about the basics of how to set up and start up afterwards. Because before joining the PhD program, I actually joined a social enterprise where I could actually see that there was a huge deficit between the farmers and the government departments to actually enter into these sort of sectors. So I think that's the main motive why I joined this training.
Good evening all. My name is Asif Kalari, and I'm from Vijayanagar district of Karnataka. Currently I am pursuing Masters in Vegetable Science in Scotch Kashmir. So my region is built for vegetable and flower production. So it is a good opportunity to me to learn how
solar irrigation based system is that can help me.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Suraj Kumar. I am from MSc Fruit Science background. I am basically from Jharkhand, and I actually have shifted a hydroponics based system in my farm, and I actually the irrigation fluctuation is the electricity fluctuation is the major problem there. So I want to use the solar based irrigation system for my NFT hydroponics. So it is the best opportunity so that I can gain knowledge from this training.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Myself Sheikh Basharat. Currently I am pursuing INCA in Cluster University. Apart from that, in Srinagar, almost 50 kV. Previous year, we got training from this in Sakast, Kashmir, under the supervision of Kali Khan sir. We also received order from solar water pump, so I am here to pursue a training to install solar water pumps also. Thank you, sir.
Hello everyone, my name is Tabish Nabi and I am currently undergoing my master's project from Sri Pratap College, Srinagar. It's based on cyber security project. Like we are integrating IoT devices in everywhere, I guess, in solars, in water pumps. So we work on this security. Apart from that, I am also engaged with the startup. We had a training here in Skost a year back on solar PV systems. So we have till now we have installed about 50 megawatts. 50 kilowatts. We have installed around 50 kilowatts of solar at different places in Srinagar as well as district Pulwama. So we got some people are inquiring about solar water pumps as well. So we are here for the training session so that we can also incorporate the installation of solar water pumps through our startup. Thank you.
Okay, when you completed your training here on the SCAS last year, so you started your startup.
No sir, basically we already had a startup. It was established as a software company, but then we also do electrical works. We have technicians which were trained from SCOST in the 7 days. It was a 7-day workshop on solar photovoltaic rooftop systems.
So you have attended last year.
Yes sir.
Did anybody connect you from the SCOST after that once you left here?
Yes sir, we got some, we also got connected, Kali Khan sir sent us some message about some opportunities that were available here in SCOST as well as outside. Dr. Kali Khan sir were there. They usually frequently message us about the status, how you are doing, how is the work going on the solar rooftop systems. Yes sir, we were able to supervise most of the plants, and the engineers from Jakeda, they usually come and inspect the plant and they usually approve the plants.
You work for Jakeda?
No, we don't work for Jakeda. Basically, some other companies work for Jakeda. So we just do freelancing for them.
APL works for Jakeda?
Yeah, we just install the solars on behalf of other companies. Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Faisal Mir. I completed my Bachelor's of Engineering from SSM College of Engineering. So the main reason to join this program is to enhance my skills regarding the IoT devices like sensors that would be beneficial for our society and for our farmers to be more productive. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon all of you. My name is Gajveer Meena. I am student PhD first year division of soil science. सर मेरा आज ट्रेनिंग ज्वाइन करने का ये मकसद था कि राजस्थान जो है कुसुम योजना के अंतर्गत जो सोलर पंप सिस्टम है इसके अंतर्गत फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे आ रहा है, लेकिन जो मैं जिस एरिया से बिलोंग करता हूँ ईस्टर्न राजस्थान में, उधर किसान जो है इस टेक्नोलॉजी को बिल्कुल भी मतलब एडॉप्ट नहीं किया अभी तक। हमारे जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट है करौली, भरतपुर और सवाई माधोपुर, अलवर, इस साइड में बिल्कुल फार्मर को इसके बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं है कि कैसे सोलर पंप लगाया जाता है, किस प्रकार से काम करता है प्रैक्टिकली। तो मुझे जानना है प्रैक्टिकली किस प्रकार से वर्क करता है, और इससे मतलब हम भी स्टैब्लिश कर सकते हैं उधर। थैंक यू सर।
Good afternoon. My name is Kesia Rajan. I'm pursuing M.Tech in Farm Machinery in SQUAS. I'm here to know more about solar waste, and I'm working in solar waste, so I'm here to study about it.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Tahir Ali. I have recently completed my BTech in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and currently I am working on some projects at Ladakh, which is under a JJM scheme, and I have installed near about 60 pumps, submersible pumps, which is solar based.
Thank you everyone for being a part of this program. Alagwan to share his insights on MSME program, its guidelines and implementation in JNK.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, respected and worthy dignitaries on the dais, esteemed chief guests, Professor Harun Saab, Mr. Sunil Digra Saab, Dr. Rohitish Kumar, Engineer Dinesh Chaudhary, Dr. Yogesh Pandey, Dr. Junaid, and other esteemed dignitaries and the participants for the program, my friend from NIT Srinagar. I welcome all of you for this 1 week advanced ASDP program. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate and thank SCOS Kashmir for being a support to the Ministry of MSME. I belong to the Ministry of MSME Government of India. I take care of the Kashmir region. Literally 10 years back in 2015, it was very hardly anybody knew about MSME. When I joined my office only, the security force at the gate said, "Sir, there is no office, MSME office here." I being appointed as an officer. In just 7-8 years down the line, everybody talks about this sector MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises. After agriculture, it is the second largest employer in the country and contributes significantly to the growth of GDP of the country. While I am fortunate enough to be in front of researchers, some startups, some scholars, some esteemed faculty members, some technically sound people, it's very important to know the essence of the program, why we do such sort of programs. What is the need of calling all of you here and leaving all your research and coming down for a program that is basically meant for growth and skilling? So there is some vision behind it. If you will talk about my era, when I when I was in graduation from 2006 to 2010, hardly would have such programs of MSMEs and entrepreneurship. We used to have 4 years curriculum, then we used to job either out for a job or for research, higher education. So in the mid wave, this entrepreneurship wave came up. This is so important, vital for you to understand. Whatever controls the economy of the region controls everything. So this entrepreneurship eventually controls economy of the region. We may have best doctors, best engineers, best researchers, but what history tells us, those who are leading in innovations are leading in growth and are leading in economy. Unfortunately, we have basically mingled up the words creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. If you have a look in the research institutions, vis-a-vis NIT Srinagar, Kashmir University, SCOS, IUC, and other institutions, you will find so many number of patents granted to the worthy esteemed researchers, professors, deans, heads. But hardly you will find anybody commercializing on that patent. That is where we lack eventually. A small country in the world rules the world because of IP rights. यहाँ पे रिसर्चर बैठे हैं जो इस प्रोग्राम को किसी नज़रिए से देखते हैं. Something it will be helpful in getting my paper published in a good journal. Something it will help me in getting the doctorate. Something it will help me in my business. Have you ever thought that such sort of programs can help you in getting a patent that can be commercialized and you will get rights for next 20 years? इस लेवल पे जब सोचेंगे तो हम काफी आगे बढ़ेंगे. Irrespective of the fact whether you are here working in Kashmir or working in US or working in any part of India, it doesn't matter then. Last time we had a worthy Dr. Riaz Bashir called in SCOST. He invented a product by the name Bashir PM. He has kept the name of his father, which removes the clot in the blood. That product went through 7 FDA approvals in the United States. And one such product is costs $3,000. A simple product. He said if such innovation would have been done in India, we would have done this product in 2,000, 3,000 rupees on. But whatever your aim is, coming down to the program, you must have a vision. I have done BTech, I have done MTech, I have done MBA, I have done research papers. Eventually, what matters is how much is being implemented on the ground and it's being helpful to the people. Worthy Dr. Junaid said that there are around 20 lakh solar pumps installed in the country, and how much further scope there is. I think we need crores of that. So a lot of scope is in this sector. Now earlier we used to have EAP programs, EDP programs and ACP programs. तो हमारे पास एक डिफरेंट तरीके की प्रोग्राम्स भी है मिनिस्ट्री में. EAP, Entrepreneurship Skill Development Program, food processing सिखाते हैं, छोटे छोटे काम. Then we came down to advanced SDP, advanced FDP programs. 1 week program, a good sort of budget for that program. But why? Because we want to get good people on board who will realize that there is potential to make business out of it and to help people. But this program should not be looked at as a skill. It's an entrepreneurial skill development program. If and at all I get a chance to have an interaction with you, I'll tell you how this program will help you first in building IPRs for you. Every one of you, अगर हर कोई अपना business करना चाहते हैं, how he will protect his IPR. IPR is not only patent, it's trademark, it's design. For example, somebody was telling that there are now bifacial solar panels. If that is patented, nobody else in the country, even in the world, can make that. So there's a lot of potential we want to invest. This solar is the future. Now government has banned vehicles, not banned. In fact, the government is not basically giving approvals for the, I'm talking of central government, basically those vehicles which run on petrol. Now they are more focused on the EVs, electrical vehicles. Now these electrical vehicles in future will turn into solar powered vehicles. So the more focus is on this sector. अगर आप थोड़ा सा जहन एक हफ्ता खोलें और ये देखें कि हमारी रीजन में कितनी इतनी चीजों की जरूरत है. Why somebody else should come up with an electric rickshaw and sell in Kashmir if we can manufacture? अगर किसी ने 5 साल पहले सोचा होता कि ये इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल यहीं पे बनाए, यहाँ चले, तो आज सारी सप्लाई बाहर से ही आती. बिकॉज वी डिडंट थॉट, वी थॉट ठीक है इलेक्ट्रिक सप्लाई है, हमने अपना पेपर कर लिया, पब्लिश कर दिया, हमारा PhD हो गया, या किसी ने मेरा बिजनेस हो गया, डन. You realize that we want to take this to the level that we will manufacture solar pumps. We will not install. हम इंस्टॉल करके सर्विस एंटरप्राइज खोलते हैं. हम मैन्युफैक्चर करके अपना मैन्युफैक्चर सेटअप खोल के अपने पास राइट्स रखते हैं और उसका हम बिजनेस बनाएं. कुछ लड़के हैं जो यहाँ सोलर पंप इंस्टॉल करके सीखेंगे, पर मेरा विजन ये है कि ये सोलर पंप बनाने का काम करें, उसको प्रोडक्ट अपने नाम से करें, उसके बाद कोशिश करें कि आपके ही सोलर पंप इस रीजन में बिके. तो पैसा जो है वो इसी रीजन में फ्लरिश होगा, हमारी इकोनॉमी ज्यादा ग्रो होगी. So these are the visions, but I congratulate because I have been focusing on these programs. I think vis-a-vis ESDP programs, SCOST is doing more about MSMEs than MSMEs itself. I am a single officer in in Kashmir. When you will talk about entrepreneurial skill development programs, I cannot handle 500 programs a year. Now, every morning I wake up in the morning, I see a newspaper, MSME programs at this place, MSME programs in Gurez, MSME programs in the border in KVKs. That means this money is reaching to the remotest of the areas. That's commendable. Last year I went for a program in Gurez in December. -12 degree में मैंने दिन में पढ़ा है. It was -12. So there's a lot of need that these programs should reach through cost. और मुझे लगता है जो आपकी एग्रीकल्चरल इकोनॉमी है और जो इस प्रोग्राम में आप देख रहे हैं, दिस इज इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी कोर्स. कोई एनआईटी से आया है यहाँ पे, कोई स्कॉस से है. If they will sit down and chart out a plan, I can surely tell you, you will come up with a wonderful business plan and will have a lot of success in future. I thank you all for patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. I now invite Mr. Sunil Dhingra, Director, Biotrend Energy, to share his expertise with us.
Almost about 600 million people, directly or indirectly, depend upon agriculture in India till today. And a significant part of agriculture energy is consumed in irrigation. And as our irrigation needs are increasing, because the depleting water on the groundwater, so the pumping energy requirement is more and more. And traditionally in India, we rely on traditional forms of fuels, like either grid or diesel as a source. Where grid is not there, people are using diesel as a source. So if you look at the numbers, we are talking about 22 million grid-connected pumps are there in the country. So that's a volume we are talking about. And in addition to that, there are 7 million diesel pump sets are there, which has to be offset by some form of clean energy. And in renewable energy framework, in renewable energy framework, there are two important resource which are critically important. One is the solar energy, because there are a lot of big program happening currently under the PM Kusum program, where component B and component C is there, and more you will learn in coming days. When we started this renewable energy program in the country in 1983, we started with irrigation pump sets, because most of the population livelihood was agriculture, and it was largely on diesel. So that time there is the crop residue which is coming out from the agriculture is utilized for pumping the water, and the technology there was gasification. So you can convert your biomass, the residue, stubble, you can say, all kind of a waste in the agriculture or the forestry side, convert into
syngas using gasification, and that syngas will run a pump set, 7 kilowatt pump set, or whatever scale we are talking. And still, and I think there are a few people from the Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, these pumps are still working at 35-40 HP based on this gasification technology. So while we will be discussing these aspects, which is critically important, and one of the important factor also is the business model. As the diesel prices are going up, grid electricity availability is limited. There is a business case now. While capital investment is being given under the program, 80% is being subsidized by Government of India under the different scheme, and 20% is the only investment by the beneficiary in this case. So there is a clear case of availability of these pump sets economically. Then service of this pump, because what is critically important is that during the life cycle of this pump, I should get a service. So who will provide those services? Where the local service provider? How that to be trained? So these are some of the aspects where entrepreneurship is very critically important for these pumps to get mainstream in whatever we are talking about. Whether we and pump is only one requirement. Solar energy can meet the requirement for grid electricity, for EV charging stations. So there is a gambit of things which are coming within the solar space, but solar based irrigation is what we are discussing today. It has many offshoots in terms of its application of grid application of solar energy. And I was looking at, there are some solar thermal participants here, where this solar energy through thermal application can be used for heating and for our space heating requirements, and also for drying application in agriculture, where this technology can be applied in terms of solar energy. So mainstreaming solar is going to happen. Lot of businesses has to come in. We are just starting, and there is a very big requirement of entrepreneur on ground to mainstream these products and services. Um, so whatever you will be learning, uh, very critical is that because you come from the academic side of the thing, that you have research and innovations around you. What you have to learn is the business model on ground, and that business model is will make the success for this story to come in for the success of this program. And as I told you that energy transition is going to happen in next 30-40 years in globally. So new forms of energy has to come in. So old forms of energy has to phase out over a period of time. So this is a changing process, which is sometimes is also difficult. You will find the challenge is not only to establish yourself. Challenge is also there is a conventional source of energy which is coming from age old systems. So they will also give you challenge in terms of people will not adopt it so easily, the system which you are going to. So all that has to happen with through entrepreneurship, and this is happening in different parts of the country, globe, whatever you can look at. So let's look at the research and innovation combining with your skills, and learn this topic in a way that it can mainstream our future generation. Thank you very much with this initial comment.
Thank you so much, sir, for your motivating words. Now, I would like to invite Engineer Dinesh Chaudhary, Manager Jain Irrigation Systems Limited, to share his insights with us.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to invite me for training on solar-based irrigation systems. अगर अपने को सोलर बेस्ड जो इरिगेशन सिस्टम्स के बारे में समझना है और जानना है और किस प्रकार इसने किसानों की जो जीवन में जो बदलाव किया है, तो आप स्पेशली मैं राजस्थान में इनवाइट करूँगा। कभी भी अगर आप आके वहाँ पे देखेंगे तो जो सर्दियों की जो रात में वेट करते हैं फार्मर कि मेरे को पानी देना है, उसका शेड्यूल नाइट में आने वाला 8 घंटे का, वो आज बड़े ही सुकून से दिन में अपना फील्ड इरिगेट करते हैं और रात को सुकून से वो सोते हैं। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा बदलाव है किसानों की ज़िंदगी में, जो अपना सोलर बेस्ड इरिगेशन है। और दूसरा, जो प्रिसीजन फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं उनके लिए बहुत ही जो इरिगेशन शेड्यूल रहता है, अगर वो ग्रिड पर डिपेंड रहे, सपोज करो उनको ग्रीन हाउस में आज इरिगेशन देना है और ग्रिड फेल हो गया या कहीं पर भी आंधी तूफान की वजह से ट्रांसमिशन लाइन डैमेज हो गई है, तो उस टाइम पर वो या तो डीजल पंप यूज करेंगे जो काफ़ी कॉस्टली पड़ेगा। तो वहाँ पर भी अगर आप सोलर पंपिंग का अगर देखेंगे तो बेहतरीन उसका रिजल्ट आपको देखने को मिलेगा। तो अभी सोलर पंपिंग का जो स्टार्टिंग 2000 लगभग 8 और 9 से जब अपन ने एज ए पायलट प्रोजेक्ट जैन इरिगेशन की तरफ से मैं बताता हूँ, 30-35 पंप राजस्थान में हम लोगों ने लगाए थे। तो उस टाइम पे जो टेक्नोलॉजी थी, जो मोटर्स थी, ड्राइव थी, वो इंडिया के अंदर नहीं बनती थी। आज के टाइम पे आप देखेंगे, मुझे लगता है मोर देन 50 मैन्युफैक्चरर मोटर्स के, कंट्रोलर्स के और मॉड्यूल्स के। इवन पहले अपन मॉड्यूल्स यहाँ पे सिर्फ सेल बाहर से इंपोर्ट करके उनको असेंबल करके दिया करते थे। आज के टाइम पे सेल भी यहाँ पे मैन्युफैक्चर्ड हो रही है, मॉड्यूल भी मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा है। गवर्नमेंट ने उसको बढ़ावा देने के लिए मेड इन इंडिया ही जो स्कीम्स निकाली है, स्पेशली सोलर से रिलेटेड, चाहे वो कंपोनेंट बी हो चाहे ए हो, उसमें कंपलसरी किया है सब्सिडी बेस्ड स्कीम जितनी भी हैं वो मेड इन इंडिया पैनल्स ही वो यूज कर रहे हैं। और जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, जो एफिशिएंसी की बात कर रहे हैं, पहले जो कहीं 14% पे थी, वो आज नियर अबाउट 25% एफिशिएंसी अपनी सोलर की आ रही है। और डे बाय डे, ईयर द ईयर ये जो इंक्रीज होते जाएगी आने वाले समय पे। जहाँ तक फॉसिल फ्यूल की बात है, ये सारा जो पंपिंग, स्पेशली एग्रीकल्चर पंपिंग है, वो कहीं ना कहीं सोलर पंपिंग पर ही कन्वर्ट होने वाली है। ये फील्ड एक, जैसे पहले मोटर मैकेनिक्स हुआ करते थे वाइंडिंग करने के लिए, और आज के टाइम पे, आने वाले टाइम पे सभी जगह पे ये मैकेनिक्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी, जहाँ पे उनको फील्ड में चाहे पैनल से रिलेटेड हो, ड्राइव से रिलेटेड हो, इस जो टेक्नीशियंस, इंजीनियर्स या उनके जो डीलर्स हैं, वो अ, हर तालुका लेवल पे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट से लेके तालुका लेवल तक वो उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट रहेगी। तो दूसरा, जो जैन इरिगेशन का स्लोगन भी रहा है, बेटर दिस वर्ल्ड, लीव दिस वर्ल्ड बेटर देन यू फाउंड इट। ये सब चीज़ें अगर अपन इन्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से भी देखते हैं, जितने भी पंपिंग हैं, वो अगर फ्यूजल फ्यूल से कन्वर्ट शिफ्ट होके इसमें रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी पर आएंगे, तो अपने इन्वायरमेंट के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है ये। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. This session wouldn't have been possible without the unwavering support of our esteemed chief guest. It is now our privilege to invite Professor Harun Naik to share his thoughts and inspire us with his words of wisdom.
मुझे याद समझ में नहीं आ रहा है मैं गुड इवनिंग कहूँ, गुड आफ्टरनून कहूँ, क्योंकि जिस हिसाब से मुझे ठंड लग रही है, मुझे तो कुछ भी गुड नहीं लग रहा है। तो एनीहाउ, नमस्कार, अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीबॉडी हु इज इन द हॉल। प्रोफेसर रोहिताश कुमार, एसोसिएट डीन, College of Agriculture Engineering, Dr. Junaid Khan, the Estate Sahib sir, and the head soil water engineering. My friend Sahil Yaqub from the Ministry of MSME, who has been always supportive to us, and whenever we required him in this cast, he is always ready to be with us and has been supporting wherever we require him. We have the guest, Mr. Sunil Dingra, who just I was listening to him and he gave some precious advice. Engineer Dinesh Chaudhary from Jain Irrigation. Jain Irrigation, everybody knows them globally, not only within the India, that how they have worked in all the sectors of the agriculture, whether it is irrigation system, or is the tissue culture, greenhouse technology. They are the pioneers in that. And without naming the participants who have been selected, whom I was hearing the mixture of the participants, those who are already doing some type of a business, servicing, and our own students, students from NIT, students from Cluster University, the students from the SCAST. It's a good heterogeneous group, wherein it's not only that lecturing is okay, but sometimes the South Pole and the North Pole, they come together and make a company. And generally this happens. Now, as you know that at the outset, I thank my Honorable Vice Chancellor, the Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai. He could not join us today because of his some urgency was there. He had to reach the Jammu. I bestow his leadership, the leadership he has inculcated amongst all of us. Like everybody knows that we have to take a decision, and a qualitative decision, not a quantitative decision. So it is the leadership which he inculcated in all, amongst the students, amongst the faculty, the officers. That's why we changed the slogan of this university as SCOST Kashmir for Quality of Life. What is that quality of life? The quality of life comes when we give such types of trainings, such type of programs, wherein the student thinking changes. A student, when he comes in a job, if he's an engineer, he comes in any institute with a process that I will have to mug up this, eat, vomit, pass on the examination. कहीं ना कहीं तो लग ही जाएंगे, कुछ भी नहीं तो चपरासी तो लग जाएंगे, क्लर्क लग जाएंगे, नौकरी करेंगे. This is general concept of every student. But in this university, we have changed the setup, the thinking of the students. We don't want them to think as a servant. We want them to think as the leader, just like a leader. That's why this university is the only agriculture university which is ranked at first number under innovations in the India. So we have presently 55 startups and some 250 incubators, whom we are preparing to go for another startups. And there are startups now with us as Director Research. I have never seen 2 crores or 3 crores together in my account. But there are student startups who have 2 crores in their accounts now of this university. And this is a university which has started its policy, startup policy, the first university which established the cost startup policy, wherein even if the faculty becomes a startup and if he earns 50 crores a year, we will never ask him that we will deduct anything from your that startup money because you are our employee. This is the only university which has given a free hand to the faculty also to go for the startups. That's why we have around 12 faculty members who are running good with their startups. And that's why for the students we have this is the university which has given a model of education for the whole India in agricultural system. Wholly and solely, whatever model was developed here in Coast Kashmir, that has been adopted by all the 74 agricultural universities. So this is the time, and it should happen. Similarly, I wish that innovations should go from here to the rest of the country. Let us be the leaders of the country. Because we are at a height, water flows with gravity. So I think innovations should also flow with the gravity from here. So I was today with a similar type of program somewhere else with Jakeda. They had installed a solar based pump for irrigation systems in our research station at Saffron research station. So the commissioner of the science and technology, Mr. Saurabh Bhagat, was there. I was there, and there were different agriculture departments, horticulture department, many were there. And I saw this pump with my own eyes working. Not now, I've seen many times. It's their model is there. Engineers can go to the Saffron station and see there how that solar based pumps are working. The whole building has been solarized. That building gives the power reverse to the grid. So scheme is there, as you know all, 80% funding. And let me also apprise you, maybe I don't know whether it is in your knowledge or not. For Saffron, we have 3,700 hectares of land. That's under Saffron. And under Saffron mission, the government of J&K have made 128 bore wells. And for every bore well, they have invested 1 crore rupees. So total amount is 128 crores which has been invested there for the irrigation of the saffron. That too 10 years back. Down the 10 years back, there is no irrigation to the whole area. Faulty system. Now there are 228 bore wells, wherein more than 100 crores have been already invested. And now the reason why they didn't work. The bore wells were made, but you know, in the fields, as rightly somebody was saying in Rajasthan, that they have started the solarization of the cyst farms there for irrigation. There was no electricity that time, so that those pumps could be run. The people were given the irrigation pipes, but there was no water. When there was no water, there was completely system failure. Now the challenge with us is what I was discussing there, and I told it even under my lecture also, that if those 128 bore wells are solarized with solar pumps. some 3,000 hectares of land will be covered under. And in saffron, we don't need the flood irrigation. We need just a sprinkle irrigation in that. And that too in very less seasons often. We don't need much. So now, what is the purpose of this program? We are spending at almost 40,000 per participant for this training. Government of India spends 40,000. There are a lot of poor people in India. With this 44,000, we could feed at least two families per month if we deduct the whole, and some crores of the people could be fed by the money which is given to you. There are a lot of people who do not get the food for 2 times, they get only for 1 time. We could increase their food for second time by investing. But there are a lot of people hungry. But the money is given for such programs. I thank the Ministry of MSME and the Government of India for that. This money is not actually, it doesn't belong to anybody. It doesn't belong to SCOST. It doesn't belong to MSME. It doesn't belong to the Reserve Bank of India. This money is from yours pocket, from my pocket, from his pocket. So if anybody will think that we have come here just for the sake of training, please do not do that, because you are spending your own money for your training. The major aim of this is like why this program has been given to us, why it has not been given to IIT. It could have been given to IIT. IITs have better infrastructure than us, but with some broader thinking. They gave it to us because this program is for agriculture, irrigation systems. It's not like mobile parts have come from China or the America and then we assemble here and we work for somebody. But in this program, even if out of 25 only 3 people come, Sahil is here, he will take the oath of here, that we want the manufacturing sector to come up from India, not the servicing sector. We have already done a lot of servicing for other countries. We lack the manufacturing sector, and the manufacturing sector should come. So this program is only meant that I cannot say the whole batch can come. Even if the 3-4 people come up, make a group, make a company, and come for the manufacturing sector. Assistant Director MSME is here. Registration is his job. And then the funding we will do together, how we can go. Only then I can feel this program is successful. Assembling is not a big job. Getting things from there, assembling, it's not a big job. Even I assemble sometimes the things of the electronics by seeing the YouTube. But manufacturing I cannot see from the YouTube because I don't know which grade of metal is used for the nut we use there, which grade of metal is that. The beads which are given, what do these beads do? That I cannot get from the YouTube. So I request the trainers here that my faculty, even I request the SJ Dean also, that the faculty, those who are not, even the trainees, they should also attend it, the program, and get a feedback after 7 days that we get some entrepreneurs from here. Even if they start manufacturing one pump in 3 months, let it be their tertiary job. But slowly this, and let me tell you that Government of J&K, Government of India has given 3,000 crores to Jakeda for solarization of the buildings, government buildings. They have also funded them to install 10,000 solar pumps for the irrigation. So there is a big scope for this. It cannot be done in 1 year. It will take time. And we will push for the farmers who will be using the solar pumps for the irrigation. I know they will not give 20% even, though 80% is the subsidy. So we will see that those 20%, that 20% is borne by the Directorate of Agriculture under HADP. So that this dream of irrigation of the saffron by solarization is made the reality. So that was my take. I congratulate the team who are here conducting this program, because it's not very easy to conduct the program also and getting the experts, then imparting. But I request you, Junaid, you should get a person from Jakeda who will highlight what schemes they are and what are they going to do. And second is there is a crowdfunding done for the establishment of the manufacturing units, Kashmir Angel Network. They go for the crowdfunding. And can anybody of you raise the hand who will become my handhold for that? I want to apply for IPR Facilitation Center. IPR Facilitation Center is supported by the Ministry of MSME. Somebody should come. Sahil is thus he will help in as that. If we get that, what is the funding? I think some 5 CR. So if we get a IPR facilitation center and all those who will be come up with their innovative ideas, sometimes we can facilitate them there through MSC. Who raise the hand who can help me in making this DPR for IPR facilitation center? From the faculty, not from this. And you can do it, any of you can do it. Because I have to record it here. Kali Khan, you are going to facilitate it? Because somebody has to be charged of that center also. Huh? Okay. ठीक है. Then we have, see, अगर कोई पंप या कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर हरियाणा में बनाता है या कर्नाटका में बनाता है, आपको ये सोचना है, अब हमारी लैंड सारी थोड़ी श्रीनगर की तरह है या बडगाम की तरह है, प्लेन. अब कहीं पे लोगों की ज़मीन इतनी कंटूरी है कि चढ़ भी नहीं पाता है. वहाँ पे सोलर पैनल कैसे लगाएं, पंप कैसे लगाएं. सो वी हैव टू डिज़ाइन. अगर यहाँ का कोई मैन्युफैक्चरर निकलता है, आप लोग निकलते हो, तो अब जैसे हमारा है, कि लैंड होल्डिंग इज 0.8 हेक्टेयर. तो 0.8 हेक्टेयर कितना होता है? 2 कनाल से भी कम. हमें उसके हिसाब से अपनी मशीनें बनानी है. अब जो कंबाइन हरियाणा में चलती है वो तो हमारे यहाँ चलती नहीं है. जो ट्रैक्टर पंजाब में चलता है, बड़ा ट्रैक्टर, वो तो हमें चलता ही नहीं है. हमको डिज़ाइन भी उसी हिसाब से करना है जो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है. लद्दाख की रिक्वायरमेंट अलग है, हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट अलग है. श्रीनगर में लैंड थोड़ी जहाँ प्लेन है, अब गुरेज में जाएंगे, अपर रीचेस में वहाँ डिफरेंट है. सो एवरीवेयर वी हैव टू मेक द innovations, and I hope that after getting and we will sit on valedictory, some of you will be ready for the entrepreneurship. नौकरियाँ मिल जाए तो ठीक है, जिसको नहीं मिलता है, आप देखो, मैं आपको बताऊंगा क्लियर, मैं बार बार कहता हूँ, किसी दिन मुझे अरेस्ट भी करेंगे. ये गुजरातियों ने ठेका नहीं ले रखा है पूरे इंडिया में, वही अमीर बनेंगे, वही बिजनेस करेंगे. हम में भी वही दिमाग है जो उनमें है. लेकिन मसला नॉर्थ इंडिया का खाली यही रहा है कि हमको नौकरी करनी है, चाहे वो 5,000 की हो, चपरासी की हो, कुछ हो. गुजरातियों की नौकरी करेंगे लेकिन खुद नहीं कर, ठेके वो लेते हैं, हम मजदूरी करते हैं. सो हमारे पास भी वो ब्रेन है यार, उनसे अच्छा ब्रेन है, बट वी तो हम रिस्क लेने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, वो रिस्क लेने के तैयार है। वो अमेरिका में बैठे हुए बिजनेस करते हैं, अंग्रेजी आती नहीं है, गुजराती बोलते हैं, लेकिन बट दे आर द रिचेस्ट पीपल। सो वी हैव टू चेंज अवर नॉर्थ, पूरे नॉर्थ को एक वो चेंज करना है अपना माइंडसेट। या तो हम उतने कम्पिटिटिव हो कि साउथ की तरह बड़ी बड़ी पोजीशंस पे, फाइनेंशियल इंजीनियरिंग पूरा उन्होंने वो वर्ल्ड ट्रेड सेंटर पे कब्जा कर रखा है, उस तरह का ब्रेन अभी नहीं है हमारे पास, लेकिन इन बिजनेस करने के लिए है। वी हैव टू एक्सप्लॉइट। गुजराती मछली खाते नहीं है, लेकिन सारा एक्सपोर्ट मछली वहां से होता है। भेड़ बकरी वो खाते नहीं है, लेकिन सारे जितने गल्फ को भेड़ बकरी जाता है वो वहां से एक्सपोर्ट होता है। इफ दे कैन डू, व्हाई कांट वी डू? उनको, उनमें एक ड्राइव है, बचपन से ही उनका ड्राइव है। तो ये हम में भी ये ड्राइव होना चाहिए। वी हैव टू चेंज। नौकरियां अब सबको थोड़ी मिलती हैं। हमारे ज़माने में ये था कि अगर एक नौकरी होती थी, उस वक्त 4 लोग होते थे। अब हमारे पास एक नौकरी है तो उसके 5,000 लोग हैं। अब एक को तो मिलेगी, 4,999 कहाँ जाएंगे? दे डू समथिंग एल्स। अब पढ़ाई नौकरी के लिए नहीं है, पढ़ाई आपको सोचने के लिए, इनोवेशन के लिए है। अमेरिका में अभी भी देखो 8th क्लास बच्चे के पास पेटेंट होता है, 8th क्लास। इसीलिए वो पढ़ते नहीं है। आप देखो गोरे बहुत कम पढ़ते हैं। आप कॉर्नेल जाओ, हार्वर्ड जाओ, टेक्सास में जाओ, किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में, कैंसस में जाओ, वहाँ आपको इंडिया से लोग मिलेंगे, लोन लेके पढ़ते रहते हैं, पीएचडी और एमएससी करते रहते हैं, गोरे 12वीं के बाद निकल जाते हैं। दे डोंट रीड। वो इनोवेटिव बने होते, वो कुछ कोर, वो अपना काम खुद। जितने घर वहां पर है, जो भी इंडियंस है, जो तरखान वरखान वर्कर वगैरह है, कील वगैरह जो भी है, वो ये लगाते हैं, वो तरखान वरखान सारा लाते हैं इंडियंस। जो गोरे हैं वो प्लम्बिंग भी खुद ही करते हैं, कील भी खुद ही लगे, इलेक्ट्रिशियन भी। उन्होंने सब कुछ ट्रेड सीखा होता है। दे दे नेवर आस्क फॉर हेल्प। और हमारा भी वैसा ही सिस्टम हो रहा है। अब हमें उसी की तरफ जाना है। दैट इज वाई दीज प्रोग्राम्स, स्किलिंग प्रोग्राम्स हो रहे हैं। एजुकेशन सिस्टम को नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, व्हाट इज नेशनल एजुकेशन? ये तो स्किल्ड एजुकेशन है। मगर स्किलिंग होगी कैसी? अब स्किलिंग यूनिवर्सिटी थोड़ी देगी, स्किलिंग तो ये लोग देंगे, प्राइवेट। अगर ये ऑन, अच्छा ये क्यों नहीं हमें ऑन करते हैं आज तक? ये भी क्योंकि मैं भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर से एकेडमिक्स में आया हूँ। ये ओन इसलिए नहीं करते हैं, भरोसा नहीं है ना एकेडमिक्स में। हम कहते हैं कि यार ये तो मास्टर है, इसको तो स्किल है ही नहीं कुछ। अब ये पता नहीं क्या बताएगा, बेटर है हम चाइना से कुछ पूछ लेते हैं। सो वी हैव टू चेंज आवर सेल्फ। दैट इज वाई दिस मनी इज बीइंग पम्प्ड फॉर अस। और इसके साथ ही मैं आई होप कि बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम होगा। अगर नया भी कुछ कभी आप लोगों में से कोई आइडिया है कि ये भी करना चाहे, काइंडली inform Dr. Junaid. Thank you very much.
Very important point he said in the his talk, and I will reiterate in a different fashion. It's a while we are, many of our policies are central owned top down approach planning process. So something which is happening in Delhi has been on a pan India basis we are implementing. But what is very critically important is it has to be reversed in bottom up approach. So planning process has to come in from bottom to up, where decentralized planning process is critical because the need of that particular location, like he said about the J&K situation or Haryana and all other location, is different. His demand is different, his need is different, his requirement is different. So the whole planning process has to be bottom up, and that is where the engineers in this part of the region can address the challenge more effectively through that process. It can't be that bottom top up approach. So I think there is a lesson which we have to learn in the due course of time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As we near the conclusion of this inaugural session, it is time to acknowledge the efforts and contributions that made this event possible. I would now request Dr. Sabah Parvez to deliver the vote of thanks.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, all of you. It's an honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for this insightful inaugural session. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Harun Naik, Director Research, SCOST Kashmir and Nodal Officer, MSME, for gracing this occasion with his presence. Your enlightening address has set a remarkable tone for this event and inspired us all. A sincere vote of thanks to our esteemed Associate Dean of College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, Professor Rohit Ashru Kumar, for his support and leadership in making this event successful. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to our distinguished speakers, Mr. Sahil Yaqub Alakban, Mr. Sunil Dhingra, and Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary for their valuable insights and their expertise, which have enriched this inaugural session. Your contributions are pivotal in making this event both informative and inspiring. A special acknowledgement to Professor Junaid Nazir Khan and Dr. Yogesh Pandey, the dedicated organizers of this event. Your involvement is what makes these events like these successful. I would also like to express a very deep gratitude to all the faculty members of SCOST Kashmir who are present here, whose continuous help and support make us feel confident in organizing events like this. Lastly, a big thank you for all the participants who are here for their training. Your involvement is what makes gatherings like these truly meaningful. Thank you once again to everyone who contributed to the success of this event. And I wish you all a very productive and enriching experience ahead. Thank you.
Thank you for the words of gratitude. With this, we conclude the inaugural session. The participants are requested to stay.